Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and today we're going to talk about what to do when a client wants to reschedule an event. Hello my friends, Michael O'Brien here, and welcome back to another episode of Advice for Magicians, where my goal is to make you the best possible entertainers that you can be. Now, sometimes last minute things happen, and a client tells you a week or so before the event, hey, so something crazy happened. My nephew is in the hospital with, he fell and broke his leg skateboarding, or something crazy happened, right? We're going to have to push this back another month or another couple months. Or actually, in the case of COVID, I booked some gigs way back in 2019. I'm about to do a gig this week coming up, a wedding of all things, that I booked in 2019, and it's 2022 now. It got rescheduled like 3 years later. So sometimes these things happen. So how do you deal with this? It's really, really simple. The way that I do it is I tell the client, I'll be more than happy to reschedule one time for you because this is an emergency situation, right? I'm going to hold your deposit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you pay the remaining balance as a deposit to secure the next day, right? So let's just say I couldn't do it this week, but they want to book it for the next month, right? So I would say you're going to pay another deposit, which would be the remaining balance, to reschedule it for next month. Now, they're not paying anything extra necessarily, but I'm already out the remaining balance for this event because I didn't do the event. It got pushed back. So the last thing that I want is them to not pay me any more money to put them in my calendar again, only for something to come up again and them to not, pay me for that. And now that's two events that I'm out that I only got paid a quarter of my rate for, if that really makes any sense. So by having them pay the remaining balance as a deposit towards the next event, I'm locking them in so that they know, like, oh man, I'm going to be out this money now if I don't show up. And worst case scenario, if they cancel that one, I basically got paid my full rate for one show to not show up, right? The only downside to that is you can't book another event in that time slot. So obviously I want to make it clear that I only really do this as an exception to the rule. It's not a standard thing. But it is a way to help the client out because emergencies happen, things come up at the last minute. We wanted to get this venue, but we double booked it, and the person that booked me for the venue was telling me that we need to reschedule the day, and I can't have the party on this day, I gotta have it on this day. As long as you're available, reschedule the event, shift that deposit over. Worst case scenario, if you're not available, you can maybe refer them to a colleague of yours, a friend, someone that can cover for you, right? But don't throw that client away. Don't tell them, you already booked it. Sorry, sucks to suck. Because what's going to end up happening is that's going to leave a bad mark on you, even though it's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. But you want that client to be raving about you. You want positive reviews. You want them telling all their family and friends how wonderful you were. Oh my goodness, Michael was so great. Little Timmy fell down the stairs and broke his arm, and we had to move his birthday party, and he was so accommodating, and he moved his party for us, and right? So that's what you want. You don't want, man, that magician sucks. Timmy broke his arm, and it wasn't his fault. He tripped and fell down the stairs, and then the magician just took my $300 deposit, and he won't even move the schedule. He just said, sorry, bro, sucks to suck, Like, just imagine how that would look on your reputation if you did that, number one. And number two, it's the decent thing to do to help them out, right? So as long as you're available, try to help them out as much as possible. Move that deposit over. Make sure you don't screw yourself out of that deposit, and just do your best to be accommodating. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos just like it, I highly recommend that you click the subscribe button. And don't forget to ring the bell. That way you know every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to support the channel for just $1 a month, consider clicking the join button and becoming a Mob Squad member. Members will get access to a bunch of really cool stuff, including tutorials, early access to all these videos so that you don't have to wait for them to premiere, and I'll even shout you out right here on the channel. So just $1 a month, click that join button. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.